How's that, Chris? Get off my back!
Ugh. I heard you sassing me, Joey. And you know what? I am gonna take Around the Clock home for myself, and you'll never see it again. Deal with it.
Hey everybody, I'm Tom Vassell. Welcome to Week in Review, a series that we do where we take a look at all the videos we do over the past week. This is essentially a video where we are making an index for you so you don't have to watch everything. There's so many videos. But if you're interested in something we say, then you can go click on the link and see the whole thing. So let's get going.
Hey everybody, I'm Z Garcia. So last week I reviewed Neuroshima Hex Battle, which is a box exclusively for 2 players, and I think meant to be a jumping on point. I gave it an 8 out of 10. It's going to give you 2 factions that have been sold separately, but are none of the 4 that come in the core box. So if you're looking for a cheap entry point into Neuroshima Hex, you want to see what it's all about, then this is a good one for that. You're going to get Beasts, you're going to get Steel Police, 2 interesting factions, thematically interesting matchup. This is something they've tried in the past, but I think with a game called Neuroshima Hex Duel, but this one is a little more polished, a little bit better, I think, than that box was for the purpose of having you jump in. So give it a try, and that's it for me. Let's keep on going.
Hey everybody, it's the first Chris time since we've been back from Essen. This week I took a look at 2 games, the first of which, Leaders, I gave a 7. This is an abstract game where you're trying to kind of capture your opponent's leader. And I think that despite it being an abstract, it has a lot of like kind of searching the board, trying to make sure you don't do a wrong move. I really like the growth of powers in this game. I find it fun for a type of game that I'm not always wild about. This is a good one, so 7 for Leaders. And then next up, Sweetlands, I gave an 8. I think this is a solid engine building game with a lot of cool stuff going on, building out tiles, flipping tiles, trying to connect to all these different areas. A few inelegancies on it, but otherwise a super rewarding game that I'm excited to play some more. So that's Sweetlands at an 8. Really, really satisfying, good, big game. And then also I worked a lot on, Mike and I both worked on the Essen vlogs over the course of the last week. So if you want to have a boots on the ground look around what it feels like to walk around Essen and the little hijinks and stuff that we get into, go ahead and watch those. They're a labor of love, a lot of late nights, but a lot of fun showcasing what it feels like to go to Spiel, go to the Spiel Essen Fair. So that, folks, has been my week.
Hey everybody, I'm Joey Evans, and here's what I reviewed this week. First off, it was Ascension Tactics Inferno, which is the new edition of Ascension Tactics, and it uses more different factions, also has some transforming heroes. I never played the original, but I do like this a lot. It's really cool. Deck building, skirmish battle, gave it an 8. All right, also Leaders. Leaders reminds me of Onitama, where it's 1v1. It's all about the leaders, obviously, but it's very asymmetric with all the characters you have out there. It's fun. I enjoy this. You can lock up if you are prone to AP, so know that going in, but I gave this an 8. And then Wayfarer's Tale. This is a roll and write where you're using the dice to, well, you're using the dice to move your character around the board and visit towns. This, I really enjoy. And the deluxe thing of this is just, it's incredible. Ended up giving this a 9. So I like that a lot. So if you like roll and writes, if you like fun, if you like visiting towns, and if you like games, try this one. Anyway, I'm Joy Evans, and that's what I did this week.
Hi, I'm Wendy Yee, and this week there's one game that I was in a review for, and that was Sweetlands. I gave it a 9.5. This game is delicious. So good. So big, heavy Euro, lots of engine building, really cool card play, great worker placement. Love the different ways that you can score points. Anyways, I could gush about it. Super cute, super cute. I could just keep gushing about it. But 9.5, check out that review because it is so good if you like heavy Euros. All right, let's go ahead and see who's next.
Hey there everybody, it's Mike DeLisio, and this week I reviewed 3 games. Let's get going. First up, we have Time to Panic, which I gave a 7 out of 10. This is from IV Studio. It's a cooperative, limited communication game where you are trying to get a sequence of numbers in ascending order from left to right. You're doing this through playing those number cards onto the table. Each of those cards are going to have an ability that's going to allow you to kind of manipulate those cards around, get them into the places that you want them. Clever game, little too much memory for my taste, but still something I can recommend. 7 out of 10. Next up is Sweetlands, which I gave an 8.5 out of 10 to. Seal of excellence there. This is coming from publisher Uchibakoya and designer Totsuka Chuo. This is a fantastic heavyweight Euro game that has a lot of very satisfying card play, tile laying, route building. You've got a lot going on in this game. Tracks after tracks, scoring multipliers. Just a fantastic theme alongside of all of these Euro mechanisms. The only downsides really is that it is a huge table hog, takes up a lot of space, and it runs long. It's a game that's going to have a high learning curve and will play long, especially in your first 2 games. Otherwise, fantastic. And then finally, Botswana, 9.5. Look, this to me is almost the perfect filler game. It is essentially one mechanism, that's the game, but when your mechanism is this good, this interactive, this agonizing of decisions for a rule set that anybody can understand. You can play this game with anybody. If you can play Uno, you can play Botswana, and you'll be playing a much better game, 9.5 out of 10. All right, that's going to do it for me this week. Let's keep it moving.
All right, I reviewed a lot of games this week, some of them not so highly. There's six speedy reviews I did where there's a mix of different ratings. I also reviewed Fountains. I wanted to like Fountains, placing out these tiles, but the functionality and some other problems I had with the game just kind of made it not one I enjoyed, 5 out of 10. And Flashpoint Legacy, I wanted to like this game also, but honestly, the Legacy kind of and Flashpoint's randomness are not a good combo together. And a lot of the Legacy stuff didn't work out as well for me. So another 5 out of 10. But there were some games I did enjoy. Wayfarer's Tale, a nice roll and write, a bigger style one about moving around a map. I like that, 8 out of 10. Botswana, a filler from Reiner Knizia, really excellent new version from 25th Century, another 8 out of 10. And then a couple 8.5s here. I did a bunch of HeroScape stuff. Why would I not love this? HeroScape is fantastic. Leaders, a neat 2-player back and forth game where you have these units. It's tactical, 1v1 with special powers, but very simple. Pretty cool game. And then the Ascension Tactics, Hellscape or Hellfire or Inferno, whatever the new one's called, the sequel to it. I like it, not as much as the first one, just by a smidge, because it adds a little bit more than I want to play with all the time. But also, I'm reviewing it as an expansion. Lots of good content to add in. We also did a lot of other things this week, a lot of our live shows, so check all of those out. And we got more reviews coming for you next week. But until then, I'm Tom Vassell, and you've been watching Week in Review on the Dice Tower. Hey folks, thanks for watching another one of our videos. If you like our videos, if you like our channel, if you would love to game with us at one of our conventions, check out Dice Tower Cruise, Dice Tower East, and Dice Tower West. Fantastic conventions where we play games with wonderful people, a humongous library, and lots of other events and stuff. Also, don't forget to check out our channel, like and subscribe. I'm Tom Vassell.
So, those are the 3 games that I reviewed this week.
We're going.
Done. You gonna do it? You gonna pause? You gonna do it?
You're on the wrong side. You know that, right? Isn't it on this side?
I don't know. That's where the chair was when Tom yelled at us.
Go ask Chris.
You gonna pause? Should we keep it recording?
No, this is great. This is making it in.
Fine. All right.
This is gold, Jerry.
All right, Chris.
Who was right, Joey?
He said the chair's supposed to be on the right.
No, that's not what he said.
Let's do it again from the other side.